Thank you. When Jimmy got a hold of me to make this presentation for HAP, I was really happy to do it. I didn't know I was going to be getting over a cold and struggling to speak more than a sentence or two. So I got water here in case I run into trouble. Just bear with me. But I would like to congratulate all of this year's inductees into the Queen State Hall of Fame. It's wonderful to have an organization to honor not only today's racers, but maybe even more importantly, to remember those that helped us get here. You know, guys like Don Klug, and what a personality this guy is. I mean, I wasn't around much to watch him race, but I'm Facebook friends with him, and 91 years old, he's already been up here a couple of times tonight. Maybe he's not even done yet, I don't know. But guys like Don and Bill Bannock, and certainly Hap can be included in that group. Hap was a racer a long time before he was a track official. That was mostly before my time, but I do remember hearing the stories like other guys have said, racing 6 or 7 nights a week. That's just the way they used to do it. Winning races through the 40s and the 50s in places like Sharon and many other venues. It's really something that's, a lot of guys struggle to race 2 nights a week nowadays. I also know one time Hap was involved in IndyCar racing with Grant King. He built bodies in his Jones Performance business over in West Middlesex. Tell me about the blackout lines they would pull down when they were going to build the bodies, and because everything was hush-hush back then. Probably still is today. But, racing is a big part of Hap's life, and it continues to be with his family today, as I know his sons, grandsons, and a great-granddaughter, I believe, is getting over here. But I didn't meet Hap until the late 60s when my father ran a sprint run across the area. Later, when I raced a little myself, he was the head pit steward at what seemed like every track I went to. There was never any doubt about who was in charge when Hap was around. If you were ever in the undesirable position of being summoned for a one-on-one conference at the end of the race season, you left there with a clear understanding of the error of your ways. In the late 70s, when my racing career was over, I very much wanted to stay involved in the sport. It was a different time then, and if you wanted to be involved and work with the best officiating crew in the area, you didn't just simply have to show up at the racetrack. You talk to Hap, you work things out, you basically pester him until he'd give you a chance to work for a few nights and give you a tryout. If everything went all right, then after those few nights, you would be available whenever there was an opening. Today, there's nothing but openings, but it wasn't like that then. At that time, Hap and his crew took care of Lernerville, Mercer, and Tri-City, and again at that time, they were 3 of the most successful tracks running in the area at that time. I worked a handful of nights. Apparently, I didn't suck too bad, so I got a chance later that year to sign on full-time with his crew. Hap left the officiating about 1980 and 81. What he left behind, however, tells you a lot about who he was. Besides some of the organizational skills and procedural rules that he had a hand in developing, he was one of the first guys on the local level to bring the entire crew to the racetrack. You didn't just hire Hap. When you hired Hap, you hired the 6 or 7 or 8 guys that came with him. They were guys that worked together 60 or 70 nights a year and tried to bring consistency and professionalism to local racing. He trained many guys like Kent Michaels, Lee Aiken, and myself, who went on to work at racetracks in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New York for years, and who tried to continue with our role in the sport using the principles that Hap taught us. Some of those principles were to treat competitors equally and with respect and fairness, and to be at the track ready to give your best every time you were there. It was fine to have some fun along the way, and we had a lot of fun. But you also had to make sure you got your job done, and job done right, or you'd have to talk to Hap by the end of the night. To understand where you want to go, you have to know how you got here. Hap Jones played an important role in how we got where we are in the tri-state area and in the sport of dirt track racing. I'd like to have his family come up and accept the award on his behalf.
On behalf of the entire Jones family, I want to say thank you to Tri-State Club and everyone that's here tonight. I would like to share something with you though. Hap's real name is Vivian, who you'll meet later. Thank you all.